Hey Cavs fans, Ryan Tolan inside the Comcast Sportsnet studio for your intermission report presented by Lattices. And while the game may have changed physically, Mike still knows his grandfather has plenty of knowledge to offer him when it comes to the mental side of the game. At Columbia Metropolitan Airport, where President Barack Obama has just landed on Air Force One, Dr. Brian Fox of Palmetto Health says that Adderall is a chemical cousin of methamphetamine and cocaine. The Gamecocks have made 15 straight NCAA tournament appearances, and during that stretch won back-to-back national championships in 2010 and 2011. And these lower gas prices aren't just saving people money, they're also pumping up their spirits as well. Walk-on fullback Garrison Gist hasn't touched the ball much, but picture this. With a pen and paper, his hands can do wonders.
A lot of people they're like, oh, you play football, and they automatically think like I'm like a exercise science major or something like that, PE major, you know, something that would correlate with playing football, and then I could say, oh, I'm an art major. And they're just like, wait, what?
It's more than a hobby to Gist, it's a passion, one that continued to grow since the 3rd grade when he first started tracing and drawing.
I'd say on average, I probably sketch something at least once a day.
Cartoons like Scooby-Doo and Hey Arnold, but Gist also taps into his love for football when it comes to his artwork. One Piece, a caricature of the old ball coach, has been a big hit among Garrison's teammates.
That picture, it was just like, wow, that really looked like Coach Spurrier, like he dresses like that in practice.
Garrison knows in all likelihood his football career will end here at Williams-Brice Stadium this coming fall. And even though he has dreams of playing in the NFL, he wouldn't mind taking his talents to the Magic Kingdom.
If I had a dream job outside of football, it'd probably be working for Disney.
And Garrison's aspirations certainly coincide with the characters he draws.
Got goofy. I guess it came out pretty decent.
Ryan Tolan, Carolina News. It's an illegal energy boost that's growing in popularity on college campuses across the U.S.
I started taking Adderall freshman year of college. People told me it worked for studying, so I tried it, and it helped me a lot.
This University of South Carolina student who wished to remain anonymous is just one of many students taking drugs like Adderall and Vyvanse without a prescription to help them focus, study, and stay awake.
I would say at least 50% of my friends take Adderall illegally to help them study.
It's a growing trend that research supports. A study at the University of Kentucky has shown that 34% of students take stimulants like Adderall as study aids. That number grows to 60% among upperclassmen.
It's going to help me focus. It's going to help me stay, razor sharp, stay awake, be able to cram more, and I'm going to perform better.
Rebecca Ackerman suffers from ADD and is prescribed the medication legally. She says it's the norm for people to come to her and others all the time asking for pills.
I have a lot of friends who are prescribed Adderall and do hand it out to people.
Dr. Brian Fox of Palmetto Health says that Adderall is a chemical cousin of methamphetamine and cocaine, and taking it illegally could have the same dangerous effects as drugs such as ecstasy.
One of the hallmarks of stimulants is the increase in blood pressure, heart rate, and things like that, which often will lead to heart attacks, and strokes.
But many students are willing to take the risk and have become skilled at faking symptoms in order to be prescribed the pills.
It's not hard to get. It's easy to walk in and say, I'm experiencing these difficulties, and find someone who's going to write that prescription.
It's the easy access and payoff of Adderall in the minds of college students that will continue to make it popular on campuses. Ryan Tolan, Carolina News. 7th Woods' game is almost as unique as his name.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and on the 7th day he rested and blessed the 7th day and made it holy. So I named him 7th Davante Woods.
7th grew up playing basketball in his own backyard starting at the age of 4 and always had some strong competition within the family.
My brothers, they always kept me humble. They always bring me in the backyard and beat up on me in basketball, and that just kept me working hard, trying to be at their level.
The hard work has certainly paid off. Woods, a junior at Hammond High School, is ranked as the number 8 shooting guard and the 40th best player in the country in the 2016 class. But last May, Woods suffered a setback, breaking his wrist and forcing him to sit out the entire summer. Then, tragedy struck. It was December 13th of this past year where Woods' grandparents, who lived just a couple blocks away from him, died in a house fire, demolishing everything, as you can see behind me. Woods knows his grandparents are always watching out over him, and he pays special tribute to them before each game.
they who I do it for now. My motto is make them proud. And on every shoe that I play in now has rest in peace and make them proud of my shoes. So even when on the court, I still remember that.
It's with their spirit that 7th continues to dominate on the court. And like most athletes, Woods has big dreams, but knows there's life outside of basketball.
I mean, of course, NBA is my ultimate goal. That's what I've been dreaming of since I was a little kid. And Hammond was more than a basketball thing. I came here to get the great academics that I need. So if I do get hurt tomorrow, I can still go to college on a full ride with an education scholarship.
In the meantime, Woods continues to take his opponents to school. Ryan Tolan, Carolina News. It's finally here, the Battle of the Carolinas, and even though the two teams are in different conferences, the teams have had some very recent history. Revenge, payback, and unfinished business all will be on the minds of the Gamecocks women's basketball team as they prepare to clash with North Carolina for the second straight season in the Sweet 16. The Tar Heels left a sour taste in the team's mouth as they upset the number 1 seeded Gamecocks last year, 65-58. The Gamecocks led the nation in attendance this season, drawing nearly 12,000 fans a game. But Friday's night game could see a pro Tar Heels crowd. The game is being played in Greensboro, North Carolina, and head coach Dawn Staley knows her team better be on their A game if they want to be elite.
They're competitors.
Conference play hasn't treated the Gamecocks softball team well this season. South Carolina is 2-7 after getting swept by Texas A&M this past weekend. The team was looking to end its 3-game skid last night in an out-of-conference matchup with in-state foe Furman, and the team did just that, returning to its winning ways in dramatic fashion. Gamecocks down 1-0 in the 6th after a 15-pitch at-bat. Kristen White finds a hole up the middle. Jordan Augustus puts on her PF Flyers and races home, setting the stage for this. Bottom 7, 2 outs and nobody on. It's hero time. Kalia Snare gives this one a deep ride. Time to go home, folks. It's a walk-off home run for Snare. Gamecocks battle back to top the Paladins 2-1. Funny story here. Have you ever whispered something to someone and thought no one else heard? Wisconsin's Nigel Hayes might want to remember to scoop back from the microphone next time he wants to share a thought with his teammates. Take a listen and have a laugh for yourself.
Okay. Gosh, she's beautiful. Did you hear that? All right, so we'll open it up to questions.
Needless to say, Hayes was quite embarrassed when he discovered the entire room had heard his remark. So it just goes to show you, Sana, the microphone picks up everything.
Well, I'm glad that wasn't any more embarrassing for him than it could have been.
Yeah, he got lucky off this time.